With the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight just around the corner, I wanted to talk to somebody that can give me insight into the fight. My search led me to Everybody Fights, a boxing fitness club in Boston owned by George Foreman III. All right, they say the wait is finally over, but is this the right time for the fight, or should this have happened years ago?
The truth is, this fight should have happened years ago. It would have been good for the sport then, but it'll be good for the sport now. The reason it should have happened years ago, I believe it would have been a better fight. Pacquiao would have had less fights where he kind of gotten beat up. Even when he wins, he gets beat up a little bit. They're wars. This is why we love to watch him, and he would have been fresher. Mayweather would have been at a time where he was taking more risk. Now I think he's going to be more defensive. So I think back then it would have been a better fight, but now I think it's financially it's still going to be as big as it would have ever been. In fact, people are going to be more willing now to pay $100 for pay-per-view than they would have 3 years ago. So financially, great now, but getting a good fight, my gut tells me we would have had a better fight a few years ago, but we'll see. I could be wrong.
Do you think they were closer to the physical peak back then as opposed to now, or do you think they're declining a little bit?
I think they were both closer to the physical peak, and I think now what we're going to see is Mayweather closer to his physical peak, past Pacquiao, past his physical peak, but still has the heart of a lion. So we might see something, but I just think it would have been a better match, a more even match a few years ago. I think Mayweather has some of the intangibles. He has a few edges on Pacquiao in this fight.
So let's get into those edges. What are the keys for Mayweather to win this fight?
The keys for Mayweather to win this fight is don't get in a fight. Pacquiao is great. When you start letting your hands go and opening up, he's going to knock you out. The keys for Mayweather is to fight it methodically, the way he always fights his other fights. Defense first, look for opportunities, and score points. Stay off the ropes. If he lays on the ropes, Pacquiao will take this fight away from him. Freddie Roach knows exactly how to beat Mayweather. As long as he keeps the fight in the middle of the ring and is defensively responsible 3 minutes out of every round for 12 rounds, he can do this.
And
for Pacquiao, it's don't think about what happened with Marquez. You go out there and say, for one night, I'm going to be the Pacquiao of old, and I'm going to go out there with reckless abandon, and I'm going to take this title away from Mayweather. If he does that, I have no doubts that his muscle memory, his heart, his strength, his training will carry him through. If he plays it cautiously, tries to play the cat and mouse game with Mayweather, I don't know that he can win that fight.
all right, so ultimately, who wins this fight?
Ultimately, who wins this fight? The winner. If I were going to bet my money, I would bet that Pacquiao could pull off a decision. But if I were going to bet my money, just knowing the way the game goes, but I think the man that's most well-equipped, 6 out of 7 times to win this fight would be Mayweather. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know when the fight happens. 15,000 people in the arena, the energy changes, anything could happen. But I would have to bet my money on Pacquiao in a decision, a controversial decision, in terms of the outcome.
What's boxing without controversy, right?
Boxing is the king of controversy.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
It was great talking to you.
Thanks, man. Anytime.